Hey guys, so this week's video is going to be just a little different. In about a week from now, I'll be walking at my class's graduation ceremony. I wanted to make a short video reflecting and looking back, talking about my experiences, things I've learned, and what I would do differently. Also, I received this big shelf the other day. I'm going to try and build this while making this video, so hopefully you guys enjoy. Alright, so let's do a quick college recap. I started college in 2020, around April, and I did college back in Malaysia for 2 years. It was an international school, and I was enrolled in an American degree transfer program, so my end goal was always to come to America to finish my degree. As you might know, that was during COVID, so most of my classes were held remotely. About a year and a half later, I transferred to the University of Toledo in Ohio to complete my degree. Shortly into my first semester, I decided to transfer into a data science program. I made a whole other video talking about why I decided to switch from computer science to data science, but to give you the short and skinny, some of my credits didn't transfer, which would have extended my graduation date, and I didn't want that. But yeah, like I said before, my first 2 years of college were pretty much remote. But once I transferred to the US, I was able to go to classes and experience college life for the first few semesters. For a period of time, I went to classes pretty consistently, but I could honestly tell that my time would be better spent elsewhere. So that's when I made the decision to skip classes where my attendance wasn't mandatory and learn from home where it made sense. I just felt like my time was better spent working towards something like landing an internship or a full-time job or even starting this channel. But yeah, looking back now, I essentially spent most of my time in college wanting to get out. Do I regret it? Yes and no. Sometimes I wish I slowed down and lived in the moment more, but then again, I know if I did that, I wouldn't be where I am today. The biggest thing I learned in college is probably understanding that college is meant to teach you how to learn. I think most people enter college expecting to learn everything you need to know to land a job, raise a family, and do whatever you have to do in the future, but that's not the case. At least that wasn't the case for me. Honestly, if you take a step back and look at it from a macro lens, you'll kind of see that it's almost impossible for a school or organization to teach you everything you need to know to land a job, to work, to do whatever you need to do in the future. Even if you're in a similar position, similar major, the company or organization you're going to be working at might be unique in the sense that it's in a different field, industry, whatever. So yeah, that expectation that school's meant to teach you everything you need to know is something I entered college with, even high school probably, but I was pretty privileged to realize that that wasn't the case pretty early on. That's when I decided to stop relying on external factors like a school or tuition to help me reach where I want to be in the future. I focused a lot on internal growth and understanding how to learn things myself. I plan to be a lifelong student, so being able to learn without the help of a formal institution or organized education is a skill that I would have to learn eventually. I'm just glad that I came to that realization pretty soon into my college career. But yeah, once I understood how to learn myself, things made a lot more sense to me. By the way, I made a couple of videos talking about evidence-based tips that I use to help me ace my exams or study better or even learn better. I'll leave a link down below if you guys want to check it out. But yeah, I definitely noticed that sometimes I learned just enough to get the job done. By this I mean for classes that I weren't too interested in, I didn't want to put in too much effort into those classes, so I did just enough to get, an A or whatever grade I needed to maintain my GPA and to maintain my scholarship. Stuff like the Pareto's principle really helped back then. Was this good or bad? I honestly have no idea. I just know that I did what I thought was best at the time. I was more focused on landing an internship, getting a job, whatever my focus was back then. Looking back now, I realized that there could be a lot of learning opportunities that I could have got from those classes if I chose to pay more attention. But at the time, I thought I was making the right decision, so I'm not gonna fret about it too much now. But yeah, it forced me to keep myself busy, and sometimes I didn't really appreciate the classes I was in. I know I'm very privileged to have the opportunity to go to college in a different country, a country that probably has better education than I would have gotten back home. But yeah, on that point, another big thing I learned is that grades aren't everything. For most of my early education years, I was striving to reach, academic excellence, striving for good grades, distinction, 4.0, whatever it might be. This was because that was a standard that was set for me, and I expected, if I got good grades, that would mean my life would turn out better. But yeah, after achieving some of those awards and reaching that standard, I realized it really didn't mean much, at least not to what I was aiming for. Like I said before, you don't always learn what you need from school, so I decided to spend a lot of time and energy in my sophomore year with stuff like YouTube, projects, courses, to try and understand what I want to do in the future and figure out what made sense to me. I set a goal to land a job, and with that in mind, I was spending a lot of time looking for internships, research positions, and other opportunities. And if you've been following the channel for a while now, some of those things happened, and I learned a lot from them, so I don't think I missed out much there. But yeah, overall, I'm very happy with how my college journey went. I met a lot of amazing people, had a lot of great experiences, learned a lot, and made a lot of mistakes. Dude, why does this thing not want to work? Was it worth about $100,000 in tuition fees and accommodation and other costs? I don't know, I guess it depends on who you ask. Yeah, like I said before, I'm very grateful to have a family that supported me, had the grades to get a scholarship that was able to support my tuition and stuff like that. I guess the question now is what's next? And to be completely honest, I have no idea. Am I gonna do a master's? I don't know yet. I'm currently working towards being a full stack data scientist at the company I'm currently working at. To those of you who don't know, I'm currently a data analyst at a startup. I've been working there over the summer. I was started as an intern and they gave me a full-time offer to become a data analyst starting the fall. And I've been working there ever since. Obviously, I'm very grateful for all the learning opportunities and mentorship that this company has provided. I've been spending a lot of time learning about data engineering, machine learning, data science, so stay tuned for videos on those topics. I think a break from school is going to be good for me since I've been a part of some sort of formal education since I was 5 years old. However, higher education down the line seems very likely just because the career I want, the future I want, typically involves some sort of formal education in a master's or PhD to open doors. So yeah, that seems very likely. However, for right now, I think I'm just gonna enjoy the moment and let life take me where I need to go. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know it's slightly different from the regular videos we have on this channel. Maybe it might be less informative or educational in terms of like data science, data analytics, how to land a job and stuff. But I hope you guys still found some value. Me personally, I think if I found this video a couple of years ago before enrolling in college, might have shifted my mindset, maybe saved me a couple mistakes too. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to leave them down below. It's not easy making a video while building a damn desk shelf, but it was a fun experience. So yeah, thank you guys for watching and I'll see you in the next one.